Welcome back, Commodore fans. Today I'm going to do a quick playthrough of the Kennedy Approach Air Traffic Control Simulator. This is not the original Commodore 64 version. It is a remake which is available on Steam. This game recreates the look and feel of the original Commodore 64 version, with a few new options added. As you can see, the opening screen looks very much like the original. Moving on to the main menu, we still have levels 1 through 5 to choose from, and you can now save and load your career progress, which is always a nice feature for any game. And like the old game, we have the ability to save and load replays from disk. Viewing your stats is a new option, if you're into that. For me, the only stat that really matters is a successfully completed shift. Similarly, you also now have achievement badges, and as you progress through the game, you unlock different maps. Moving on to the game options. You now have volume control and the ability to turn the sound on or off. I guess the volume control is handy, but it's easier just to use the volume controls on your computer. And I don't know why you'd want to turn the sound off completely, as it's an integral part of the simulation to hear the planes acknowledging orders or declaring emergencies. Colored status, which is very useful as it gives you a visual representation of flights that are active or pending, or at the correct landing or exit altitude. Again, I don't know why you would turn this off except to make the game more difficult. The Show Flight Plan is new and is a really welcome addition. This labels the planes on the map with the flight's origin and destination. I'll point it out later when playing a simulation. Order on Flight ID. This option just removes the spaces between flights on your status board. I can take or leave this option. Preview Route is another handy new feature that allows you to see the projected course when you issue instructions to a plane. You'll see it when I play through a simulation later. And you can now change the color scheme. Your choices are C64 or Atari. I of course prefer the C64 color scheme. Conflict Distance. This refers to the minimum distance allowed between planes at the same altitude, and is set at a default of 3 miles, same as the original game. But you can make the distance smaller, which will give you a little more airspace to work with. This is handy when you have a lot of planes in the air. I'll leave it at the default 3 miles for now. And lastly, you can set the max number of airplanes. You only get 2 choices, 26 or 36. I will also leave that at its default of 26. Okay, let's get on with the simulation. I will set the level to 4 and choose the London map, a map which was not in the original Kennedy Approach game. I'll pause a second here to explain my initial instructions. Plane C is the Concorde from Paris and moves pretty fast, so I'll instruct Plane C to start descending immediately. Planes E and D are on a collision course, so I'll have Plane D start descending, and I will turn Plane E southward. I will get a brief conflict alert due to the altitude proximity of the planes, but I want Plane E slotted in close behind Plane D, because I expect the map to get crowded quickly. If I were a real air traffic controller, I'm sure I'd be fired for this, but this is a game, and the game will allow up to 2 minutes of conflict without firing you. And finally, Flight A is ready for takeoff, so I'll clear him to go. Okay, let's watch and listen.
Air France 810, head 3693, head 270, cleared for landing. American 028, turn right, 2045, American 879, turn left, to 180 at 5,000 feet. Roger.
Okay, I'll pause here again to point out a few things. Notice that the planes are labeled with their flight plans right on the map. I love this feature. I wish it had been in the original game. And I want to point out that flights that are landing have to approach from the tower side of the runway. Departures take off heading away from the tower, so any incoming flight that is landing will have to be routed around to the tower side of the runway. Keep this in mind as you will see it later. Okay, from here on out I will let it run at normal speed without pause, and do an occasional voiceover or on-screen message to point out interesting or relevant actions. See those brighter dots moving around? That's the preview route function, which shows the path the plane will take. Another handy feature that I wish was in the original game.
0 turn left to 270 cleared for landing. American 879 turn right to 270 descend to 1,000 feet. Roger. American 028 turn right to 090 at 4,000 feet. Roger. United 659 turn left to 045 at 5,000 feet. Roger.
Plane F will have to be routed around to the other side of the airstrip to land. In a crowded map, this can get tricky as it gets in the way of departures heading out.
United 659 Delta 163 head 360 descend to 2,000 feet. Roger. United 659 head 090 descend to 2,000 feet. Roger. November 005 head 090 climb to 3,000 feet. Roger. Delta 163 turn left to 270 clear air landing 096 head 360 descend American 879 head 270 cleared for landing. Roger. United 659 turn right to 270 descend to 1,000 feet. Roger.
Usually a Level 4 simulation has more planes on the map at this point.
United 659 turn right to 270 cleared for landing. American 312 head 225 descend to 3,000 feet. Roger. Air France 096 turn November 005 turn left to 270 at 3,000 feet. Roger. American 312 head 225 descend to 2,000 feet. Roger.
Plane J will also have to be routed around to the other side of the airstrip. Luckily, the space is clear.
Air France 096 turn left, November 005 turn left, to 270 descend American 287 turn left, to 090 at 5,000 feet. Roger. United 797 head 225 descend to 3,000 feet. Roger. American 287 head 090 descend to 2,000 feet. Roger. November 005, turn left. 2270, cleared for landing. 312, turn right. 2270, cleared for landing. Roger. Delta 033, turn left. 2045, at 5,000 feet. Roger. American 287, turn right. 2270, descend. Delta 033, turn right. 2090, at 5,000 feet. Roger. American 163, head 225, descend to 3,000 feet. Roger. United 797, head 225, descend to 2,000 feet. Roger. Delta 033, head 090, descend to 2,000 feet. Roger. United 185, United 797, turn right. United 797, head 270, cleared for landing. Roger. Delta 033, head 090, descend to 1. American 287, head 270, cleared for landing. Roger. Air France 889, head 315, descend to 2,000 feet. Roger. Delta 033, turn right. United 185, turn right. 2090, at 5,000 feet. Roger. Air France 889, turn left. American 163, head 225, descend to 1,000 feet. Delta 033, turn right. 2270, cleared for landing. 185, head 090, descend. Air France 076, turn left. 2090, climb to 4,000 feet. Roger. American 163, turn right. 2270, cleared for landing. Roger. Air France 076, turn left. To 135, climb to 5,000 feet. Roger. United 680, head 270, United 185, turn right. To 270, cleared for landing. Roger. Air France 076, turn right. To 180, at 5,000 feet. Roger. Air France 076, turn left. To 135, descend to 4,000 feet.
Okay, and the shift has concluded. That was one of the easier level 4 shifts I've done. You can see it didn't even count that brief altitude conflict at the beginning of the shift against me. So according to the simulation, I had a perfect, error-free shift. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and are now ready to take a break from FPS shooter games to try your hand at air traffic control. See you next time, and let's be careful out there.